Hey, hope all is well. I know I'm super late, and this earnings report may lack a little bit of currency, so I'm going to do this really fast, and then hopefully I'm going to turn around and just film my next month's earnings report so I can get that out soon as well. So I'm going to just jump into my Microstock earnings for the month of June, and yes, it's end of August, but it is what it is. So let's get going. So Archangel 0. Photo for me, which is print on demand, 0 as well. Pawn 5 actually turned up zeros for me as well in the month of June, which is unusual. I usually at least sell something, but nothing doing at Pawn 5 in the month of June. So too bad. But Pawn 5 is a little hit and miss, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised by that. Big stock, very little money coming in. I earned $1.85 in June. On 123RF, I earned $2.40. Wire stock, I earned a little bit more than those other sites. I had $10.05 on 26 sales. So old content now are getting older, so still running. I'm still not subscribing, still have no plans for that. So that portfolio will just, I guess, kind of continue to wind down a bit. Moving on to Black Box, I did have some sales in June, and those sales earned me $12.55. So that's okay. I have a very few video on Black Box, only 194. So I don't have much expectation around that portfolio generating much in the way of value. Okay, deposit photos now. I have 13,321 assets on the site, mostly photos. I had 44 sales in the month, and that earned me $12.98. So that's a royalty per download at 25 cents, which is pretty small. Weak month in June on deposit. But no one that's watching this is probably surprised by that. So that's life. Dreams time. I have 15,768 assets as of June and 633 videos. I had 50 sales, all images, and the earnings on those 50 sales was $29.92. And that's a royalty per download of 60 cents. The best selling image I had was for $4.41, and it was this photo taken in Banff National Park at the top of the Sulphur Mountain gondola, just to the Canadian flag. And I actually took that years ago. I think it was one of the first images I ever uploaded to Microstock back in 2008. And so it's mostly been forgotten, but it's nice when one of those old images actually sells, because that's kind of really is passive income then, when things that you've forgotten that you even have are earning a little bit of money. So nice to see. $4 is $4 though. So we're going to move on to the next site, which is Motion Array. I have 884 assets there, mix of video and photos, roughly equal. I had 191 downloads in June, and that earned $45. Can't tell you which was the most downloaded, but the asset that was trending in June was this photograph of a bunch of comic book covers that I took. Okay, moving on here at a bit of a clip. The site that earned the next best for me was iStock. On iStock, I have 9,483 images and 627 videos now. I had 155 total sales, and that earned me $107.30 for an RPD, royalty per download, of 69 cents. I had 7 videos sell. That earned $28 collectively. The best selling video was sort of a crappy video, drone shot of the Bow River here in Calgary in spring, and it earned $8.27. So yeah, it just goes to show that when you're out flying your drone, if you take a bunch of footage, even if there's something that you don't think is that good or is pretty weak compared to the sort of shoot and the content that you get on a trip, just clip it and post it all up, because you never know what's going to sell out of that batch. The most downloaded photo was this skyline shot of Calgary at night. It's sold 8 times for $6.03. So you've seen that image before if you follow my channel. So yeah, $107 on iStock is kind of where I like to be, above 100 on a monthly basis. Moving on now to Alamy. My portfolio in June was 3,898 images. I had 14 total sales. The gross on that was $292.17, and my net was $122.50. The best, or the interesting thing on June, maybe you guys had this, there's a $42.94 novel use AI payment that I received. I don't really know what that is, other than maybe it's a training payment. I wasn't aware that Alamy was doing that, was involved in training or otherwise involved in AI as far as our content goes, but not entirely sure what that is. So yeah, let me know if that's something that you're aware of, because I just didn't look it up. Moving on now to Shutterstock. My image portfolio now is 14,063 as of June anyway. And the video size, or the video portfolio, is 1,399 assets. I had 317 total downloads in June, and that earned $222.30. So the sales break down like this. I had 317 image sales, 0 video, so that makes things easier. The royalty per download for those image sales was 70 cents. What can I tell you? The best sale was a enhanced sale worth $15.80, and it was a picture of me pulling off a Lord of the Rings book off the bookshelf. Again, the book photos continue to earn very well, so go ahead, fire away on that stuff, because I think it's worth doing. It's a little boring, not going to excite your photo passion for sure, and the keywording is less than exciting as well. But like, if you want to make money, then that's working for me. So the last site that I'm going to talk about is adobestock. It's always my best earning site, it seems. The lifetime position as of June was 6,300. I think that's still the same for me. My portfolio is 15,489 total assets. That breaks down into 14,567 images and AI generated illustrations collectively. I have 679 videos on adobestock. My total sales in June were 545, and that my total earnings were $766.20. 542 images sold, including illustrations. They earned $684.02 for a royalty per download of $1.41. That's really high because that includes the selections for the free site. So I had a bunch get selected, and I didn't break that down. I just didn't have time. So I want to get this out because I'm super late. But basically $684 for sales plus free selection items, which is pretty good. What can I tell you about the actual sales? 3 videos sold for $82.18. So even with a smaller video portfolio, I tend to see my sales okay with video, which is good. Still earning on video on adobestock. The best earning video was this video, this sort of pullback establishing shot of a hospital here in Calgary, and that sale earned $70. The most revenue, the images that generated the most revenue was this Calgary skyline photo that I just showed you for Shutterstock. So one of my all-time best-selling photos, even though I've updated this shot since this photo was taken and put up similar shots showing like new buildings and blah, 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 blah. This one still seems to sell, and I think that's just because the amount of times it's sold, it just keeps staying up on that front page of the various sites. So if you're on the first page of a search result for whatever it is that you photographed, you just get sales. And if you're on the 100th page, you just don't. And it just doesn't matter the quality of the image. It's just the way it is. So yeah, $766.20 for Adobe stock, which is great. My total for the month of June is $1,333.05. So yeah, a great month in June. It was helped along by their free asset selection process at Adobe, but nevertheless, a good month for stock for me, and enough that keeps me motivated to work at this. So if you haven't already subscribed and you've made it this long, you probably should subscribe. Otherwise, have a great fall or summer or spring or whatever, wherever you are. All the best. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.